I have the absolute key to manifestation. It's really, really simple. What manifestation comes down to is a controlled imagination that is governed by desire. It's that simple. That's easy, right? So if you're having trouble with your manifestations and things aren't quite working the way you want to, you get some success, but not that. I've got some answers. My name is Chuck. I am a certified clinical level hypnotherapist. And what that has done for me is given me a very unique perspective to look into people's thinking and the way their minds work. And I help people with a lot of things, a lot of aspects of their life. And I'm kind of making manifestation one of my priorities. I see a lot of on YouTube, all the different gurus that you talk to. They say, well, just do this and do that, and you have everything you want in life. But then when you read the comments, I see so many people say, yeah, but I'm trying that, or I've done this, and it's not working, or this, what. And that's really got me started in this. So really, it just comes down to a process. You have to understand a couple of things, and you can understand that you are right now a master manifestation person, a manifester. You manifest your life minute by minute anyway. It really is. What you see in front of us is a lot of people call it an illusion. It's a mirror of what you have thought and believed up to this point in your life. If you wonder why your life is the way it is, just look out in front of you, look at the mirror, look at what's going on around you, your friends, your family, what you have, what you don't have. And that gives you some idea of what your thinking has been. And I saw a video this morning. It was kind of inadvertent. I had some other things to do, and I wasn't going to watch videos this morning. But for some reason, this one jumped out at me. Perhaps because it came from what I used to do for a living. A lot of my adult life, I worked in automotive shops. I did paint and body work. I was a master car painter. I loved taking a piece of junk somebody wrecked, or an old piece of junk somebody drug out of the swamp someplace, and make it look brand new again. And make it's like a work of art. And just make them beautiful. I really enjoyed that. So I guess that's why this video jumped out at me. But it was a guy that was a custom car painter, and he was saying he didn't understand people like this. That's, I guess, what caught my attention. And what it was is a guy had brought him a brand new Porsche GT3 sports car, about a $200,000 car is what he said. And he wanted it completely painted. He wanted it completely redone. He didn't like the way it looked. And he wanted all this custom stuff done to it, radical custom stuff, that normally a person that paid that much money for a car wouldn't do to a car. But the guy that's doing the video, he says, yeah, but these guys, this is like, pocket change to them. And they don't look at the process and all the details and everything that goes into the work. They just see the finished product, and that's all they care about. And that's all they want. So that's what he was giving him. He said the customer's a customer, so that's what he was doing. That's how manifestation works. You have to see the finished product, and you have to see it as finished right now. Now, this guy, whoever he was, I don't know, he's paying this guy a lot of money to repaint his brand new Porsche that he just bought. Has not really driven it much more than from the dealer to the paint shop. Said he wanted to look like, he didn't want to look like every other Porsche GT3. Now, how many of those do you see in a day? None. But to him, it was a big deal. So anyway, and that's the way it is. He just saw it as a finished product. He could see it in his mind. It made him feel a specific way about having that car look the way that he wanted it to look or radical. And what the guy did to the car, I'm like, whoa, this is insane. But anyway, whatever. The guy had the feeling that he knew the feeling that he wanted to feel when he drove that car. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It goes back to Neville Goddard, right? That's what this guy was doing. It's perfect. See the end result. Don't see anything else. Don't worry about anything else. Don't think about anything else. Just know that it's going to get done. The biggest problem that we run into, and I guess I say people don't understand because they don't. They really don't. People don't understand that you have all of this stuff going on inside of you. In fact, we are two different people inside of us. Part of us lives in this physical world that is in front of us here. And you can get so wrapped up into that you see nothing but that. And so that's that world is, you got to work hard, you got to fight, you got to claw, you got to scratch, and do everything to get by and get what you want, right? And how do people get rich if I'm just getting by? Where's my manifestations that are supposed to be instantaneous and all that stuff like that? Well, that is the first person we have. And in that world, you live kind of in different states. Like I think fear is one of the biggest things that people do. Fear of not having, a fear of losing, a fear of everything, lack, danger. Everything that's what the physical world brings up. Now, the other side of what we live is a spiritual person. We are all spiritual inside. And in fact, and again, I'm not religious, but just going back to what the person that we call Jesus, the real name of Jeshua, was, he said that the kingdom is within us and without, not just within, but without, but it's within us is where the kingdom is. And what it means is basically we are spiritual people, and we have this absolute marvelous imagination that's given to us. And whatever we imagine can come into the physical world in our own life, as long as we don't doubt. In fact, the doubt thing is kind of interesting. Um, I saw a thing one time. It was an interview for, and a lot of people don't like Donald Trump right now. A lot of people do like Donald Trump right now and not get into politics. Prior to being president, he was pretty wealthy, multi-billionaire, right? And I saw an interview with his daughter, Ivanka, and Ivanka had done her own business and fashion and just feminine stuff. And they asked her how she did that, and what her dad had told her to be able to accomplish what she accomplished. And she said, well, the main thing that he told her was, you have to have a passion. You find what you have a passion for, and then you go after it with all of your might, all of your ability, all of everything. And the main thing is just you never, ever, ever doubt. As soon as you doubt, you throw a wrench in the works, and it causes a problem. So, and you can't look at the success that Donald Trump had business-wise, or even his family. The whole family is that way, and success seems to run in families, doesn't it? I grew up with 4 brothers, and their father was a orthopedic surgeon, and mother was a registered nurse, and all 4 of those boys are successful right now in life, every single one of them. I've grown up with other families whose parents were alcoholics and degenerates and stuff like that. They never accomplished anything. So there must be something to the way you're raised, okay? The big trick is, though, is no matter how you're raised, no matter what you're taught, no matter what is stuck into your unconscious mind back here, that really controls everything anyway. You can change that. You can alter that. See, the guys that were raised with the successful parents, they knew that success was normal. So all they had to do is pick something they really wanted to do, and it would work out for them, and they would be successful at it, and they were. People that were raised in a family where success was not normal, perhaps poverty or just getting by, maybe violence, who knows what all was normal in the family. That's what's normal in their life as they grow older. Not necessarily a great foundation for being successful. So the real key is to find out what it is that you want. And you can even go back to Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich. I don't remember, that was written in the 1930s, maybe that, or the 1940s. And his thing was, there was 3 ingredients to success. You had to have a burning desire, not just a desire, but really a burning desire inside of you that you just have to have this thing, or whatever it is. You have to have the belief in yourself and in the accomplishment of that thing. And then you have to have expectancy. You have to expect it to happen. You expect it to be there. In other words, if you're expecting something to be there, you already know that it's real. It's already there, right? For example, like right now, I just ordered a part for a tool that I needed from Amazon, and it didn't get here. I knew every day I was going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be here tomorrow. So finally, I looked at tracked the package, lost in transit. Who knows? Truck went the wrong way, got on the wrong truck, whatever. So I called them. End of story. It's they canceled that one. New order, be here in a couple of days, and I know it's coming. It's my manifestation. I can see it in my mind. I know what it is. That's how your manifestations have to be, just like ordering from Amazon, which I know everybody does. Everybody kind of complains about Amazon a lot, but it's pretty cool to be able just to pick up, get on the computer, punch it in, hit the pay the card and all that stuff like that. Well, it's at your door in a day or so. Sometimes it's there in the morning, depending on where you live. I live far enough out of town that it's not going to be here in the morning. But anyway, that's how manifestation works. If you can't get yourself cleared out in your own mind, again, I've got a self-hypnosis video that I'm working on. I'll have it out hopefully by the end of this month. and it will help people that can work by themselves. And you can do anything by yourself that anybody else can do. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, even when you're working with a hypnotherapist. Basically, what a hypnotherapist is a guide. You do the work, you make things work, and you accomplish the understandings. And I've worked with people that have massive changes just in a few minutes of session, of a hypnosis session. Sometimes it takes a little more than that, but usually it's a massive change in a short period of time. And so if you're having trouble with your life manifesting whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you can get in touch with me on my email, on my YouTube channel. Be happy to work it out. It's done by Zoom. And we do it on Zoom ever since the COVID thing, when you couldn't get together in groups. Everybody started trying it on Zoom. It works great. It's just like being there. It really is. It's kind of cool. And then you save the gas money too. You have to drive any place. You just jump on the computer and there you are. People do it on their phones. I've done a hypnosis session with a guy sitting in his car at lunchtime where he worked. So I mean, you can do all kinds of things like that. So anyway, I hope I helped something helped you out. And don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Help this guy out here. I'm working to get this going. I'm not really. I'm pretty new to doing the video stuff like that, and I'm trying to get it working. And I appreciate you if you hung around this long. But just a quick like would be great. Subscription would be great, and help it get out to other people and get it going on. I'll have more videos coming up, and the self-help video is coming. So come on back and let's get together on this thing, okay? In the meantime, be at peace.